Greetings to you. It's been a while. Welcome to my channel. For you that is joining for the first time, here is Distinguished Praise. To you who have been watching, I am grateful and I'm happy. May God bless you for me. We are here on this video today to see one thing, I call it another key that will help us to become triumphant women and to become distinguished ministers. In some videos that we have already seen, we spoke on be the driver of your life, and we spoke on forgetting your past. As I know, triumphant women have taken up the key to become the driver of their lives and to forget their past. But there is something we need to do. I call it very important. After you have taken this step and taken this step to become the driver of your life and to forget your past, you need to acknowledge God. I certainly believe that. I don't know, but I believe that uh, the errors you made was simply because you were not in accordance, or you were not walking with this Master Jesus. He is somebody that if you walk with him, you cannot fall in those errors you fell into. If you walk with him, he will say he guide your path, he makes the way straight. So I want us to say, to become triumphant, to become distinguished ministers, we need to acknowledge God. Acknowledging God do not simply means that you don't know him. We know God. Some of us, we know God. We know God very well, but we don't acknowledge him in issues of our lives. That is when you're about to take a step, when you're about to take a decision, when you're about to invest in a business, when you're about to carry on a project. Do you acknowledge God? Do you give God the better place? Do you go back to him and say, Father, in this thing, what should I do? Fellow distinguished ministers, fellow triumphant women, if we must be triumphant, if we must be distinguished, we must come to that point that it is not about us. It is not about if we want to do it, or if we can do it, or if we should do it. But if God accepts that, yes, my daughter, my son, go ahead and do it. That is putting God at the center of it all. We sing it in song, at the center of it all is you that I see. The truth is that song really practicalized in our lives. So we sing it and we take some decisions that are even contrary to the will of God, contrary to what God is saying in his word. How will you not fall into errors? For example, if you're a young lady, you want to get married, and you go and get married to an unbeliever, and tomorrow it is not going, my dear sister, how do you say it is? How you blame A or B? It is an error that you were supposed to avoid it, because if you acknowledge God, that God says that do not be equally yoked with unbelievers. If you acknowledge him, you will have not fallen in that pit. So, acknowledge God simply means that is this thing I am about to do, what is God saying about it? This decision I am about to take, is God with me in it? Because if God is for what you are going to say, if his word says yes, it is correct, then he is with you in it. So let's always acknowledge God. Let's always put him at the front line, the center. Let our song be practicalized in our lives. Let not say it, sing it, and do something else. And behold, I strongly believe that those errors that you made in the past because you did not acknowledge God, if you take that decision this minute to say everything I'm about to do, I will acknowledge you, Lord, you will not fall into that trap. What are the goals you have set for yourself for 2023? What are the plans you have for yourself? What are the business ideas that are running through your mind? Are they in accordance to what God is saying? Are they in his will? And even if they are in his will, go back to him. Father, should I do this one? Is it the right time? Because another thing is timing. We acknowledge God even in timing, because it can still be in the will of God, but it's not the time to engage in it. Fellow distinguished ministers, fellow triumphant women, it is time for us to put God at the front line. It is not to talk about God. Yes, we know him, but which is the position you're putting him? Many of us know him, but he is not even, we don't have a position that he has in our lives. He only come in when we are fallen, when we are failed, and we now say, God, how did this? And sometimes we are blaming him that he was not even on the journey with us. Walk with him and you will not fail. Walk with him and he will make your path straight. Walk with him and that thing will become good. If another and I discover automatically that if you are walking with God, there's a peace of mind you will have. There is a kind of peace, no matter what everybody is saying, you will have a peace of mind. You know that yes, God is with me in this thing, and you will have peace. And when you are out of his will, even you will talk to be sincere to yourself, your spirit will be telling you that in this one, you knew that God was not with you in this. I pray for you. I pray for you, triumphant woman. I pray for you, distinguished ministers, that from this minute we'll begin to take our decisions, take our plans, everything to that in alignment to God, so that at the end of the day we will achieve this goal of becoming triumphant and distinguished. The only way we can achieve it is when God is working with us, and the only way God can work with us is when everything we are doing, it is pleasing and acceptable to him. I believe that we are taking that step, and as you take the step, your life will never remain the same again. Your life will change, and you will testify how God is working throughout with you. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I plead that if you have not subscribed, may you like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to also share. We'll meet again in my next video.